What's going on, guys? Evil Dragon here, back with another video. This one I know was late, and that was because I was sick, and I definitely did not want to record this video while I was sick. So, here it is. My top 10 favorite games of all time, with some honorable mentions. Again, because I'll be talking a lot, I didn't want to record it with a stuffy nose or a sore throat or whatever the heck I had, so it just makes sense to wait a little bit. So this should be going up, I believe, Saturday, October the 7th. If not, then it is the Sunday, because it depends on whether or not I want to release it really late into the day, as I try to aim for a more afternoon release. My time, anyways. So, like I said, I'll go through my 10 favorite games of all time that I've ever played. And I'll have honorable mentions, and maybe some moments on the stories and whatnot, because some games are the story games. And so with that comes a warning for spoilers. There are going to be spoilers for games in this video that I have. For example, my number 10 spot. A Way Out is such a great game. I played it with a friend for the first time, and it was impactful. It was a great game. Pretty much, you are two inmates who, are arrested in a prison, who break out together, check on your families, and get revenge on who screwed both of you over. Pretty much, it's a side-by-side game. For example, as you can see here, the game will split off for most aspects of the game, where one of you is on the right side, one of you is on the left side, playing either Vincent or Leo, and you both have different tasks and both have different personalities. Like Vincent is more rational thinking and smart, whereas Leo just is more aggressive and gets right to the point for certain things. The game climaxes when you kill the main bad guy, and then the reason why I think this game makes it just on my top 10 at the 10th spot is the impactful plot twist right at the end. And it's that Vincent the entire time was a cop. He, gained Leo's trust and betrayed him. And the reason why is because his brother ended up dying from the main bad guy, and so the plot twist is that he helps you just to get revenge for his own personal need for revenge, I guess. And of course, after you've done to play the entire game with a friend or a relative or something, of course you can play it online, but I feel like it doesn't impact you as much. You then have to have a 1v1 between the two of you. And there's no canon ending so far. I don't think it's been confirmed. But the ending that I got the first time was with I playing Leo and I passed. And it's just this awesome, amazing, impactful moment. It's very sad and very heartwarming. And it is a great story game. And A Way Out gets my 10th spot. Mario Kart Double Dash, man. I just finished 100%ing this game like a couple months ago, and man, is this game awesome. Like, not looking at Mario Kart for a sec with all the maps and characters and new Booster Deluxe courses added and stuff, this game is so much fun. The special items that you get, the just unique, wacky characters for the time. I mean, King Boo and PD Piranha, what was that? And introduced Toadette. The tracks were awesome. That's why I have Baby Park on, because it is clearly the best track ever. And it's just a circle. There's something about going around in a really small, tight circle with giant Bowser shells, giant banana peels, fireballs, all that blazing past you. Like, this game is crazier than Mario Kart Wii. And Mario Kart Wii would have like 4 or 5 blue shells every race. That's crazy. I don't know. This game controls the best. They finally, got the controls right. The graphics are amazing, better than Mario Kart Wii's. I don't know what more to say. Besides, it's tied for the 9th spot with Super Smash Bros. For the Nintendo 64. Now, I don't have any other Smash Bros. Games on the list, but I wanted to have one on my list. I figured, man, I love Smash Bros. And what better game than have the first one? I played it not the most. I would say that might be Ultimate or Brawl, but for what it was, there's always that old saying, sometimes less is more. With very simple controls, it's a very easy fighting game that anyone can pick up and play immediately, and they can learn how to play. I mean, nowadays an Ultimate with over 80 characters, I believe, I think, with the everything added and all the DLCs, over 100 maps as well. It's very hard, and you have to master it, and know who's good against what, whatever. In this game, it's pick a character. You have the normal attack, a special attack, very basic combos, and the very basic directional actions, and that's it. There's like 10 items, and it's a simple to learn, hard to master fighting game, which is why I like it. The Last of Us. Do I have to call it part one? Can I just call it The Last of Us? Like, I liked the second game. It was fine. I don't think they did the Joel justice. But that's not about the second game. We're talking about the first game. I'm calling it The Last of Us. I'm not calling it part one. I'm calling it The Last of Us because that's what I know it as. The Last of Us. What a good story game. Again, similar to A Way Out. Very heartwarming. And you feel the characters. You feel Joel's decision at the end. Especially with saving Ellie. All of that stuff. The gameplay is a lot of fun. All the different weapons you can use, and you can set up traps, and how the infected work. All the different kinds of infected. The sneaky stalkers, the tanky bloaters, the really annoying clickers, and of course your common infected or runners. It's a lot of fun. The jokes that Ellie, has with Joel and the talking they can do during the, campaign and the cutscenes, they're all really good. It's a really, really good story game. And of course, like I said, it all comes down to Joel's decision at the end, and you really feel it. You really feel the impact of what he does and how the people around him act. It's very heartwarming, and it is, again, a great story game. I mean, I play this game all the time. Still, is there any surprise that Dead by Daylight would make the list? Maybe some of you might have thought it would be higher, but no, it's going to come down to number 7. I like Dead by Daylight for the competitive aspect. Whereas for, say, Texas Chainsaw, or Friday the 13th, or even Evil Dead, I play that just casually and I play that fun. But I don't know, there's something about Dead by Daylight and how there's like over 100 perks for each role, and there's all these different characters, and all the specifically killers do different things that I really get into trying to actually use my brain in a game. Should I use this power at this moment? Should I throw a hatchet? Should I use the tentacle on Nemesis? Should I place a trap here and hopefully expect when I'm chasing someone 2 gens later that they're gonna hit this as I'm playing Trapper? I actually use my brain for once in a video game, and I try and play this game very competitively. Even though Dead by Daylight can be a chill game, of course, but I don't know. I always try to get to red rank, and I just really enjoy the complex stuff of what perks go well together, that sort of thing. It's a very simple game, Dead by Daylight. I guess at the core aspect of it, you as a survivor, you do gens, and as a killer, you kill the survivors. Very simple, but when you get down to it, what I like about it is all the little technicalities and stuff. And that's why Dead by Daylight comes in relatively low, but it's still my top 10 favorite games. Pokemon Stadium 2 is a game. When I was thinking about what my top 10 favorite games were, I stumbled across Pokemon Stadium 1. But I realized why it's not here, and instead it's Pokemon Stadium 2. Because after, the first generation of Pokemon, they really refined and reconstructed a lot of the battling stuff. And I realized I liked that a lot better in Gen 2. Like, the types and the balancing, all of that, I really liked that a lot more. Plus, they added so much more. Like, the mini-games are largely, I think, better. There's like triple speeds and stuff for when you play on your Game Boy on Pokemon Stadium 2 if you want to do that. I just grinded this game out and I had like 5 or 6 teams. My team for Pokemon Red, my team for Pokemon Yellow, my team for Pokemon Gold, my team for Pokemon Crystal, and then I combined them all to make the best team I ever could, and then I made another best team I ever could to compete. So yeah, I have like 6 teams that I made just for this game alone. That I've beaten this game twice using both teams on round 1 and round 2, and I've reset it, which is definitely over 100 hours, I would think, on this game, and I only got it a couple years ago. But for a game that's just, battling Pokemon, that you can use rentals, but you really want to use your own team that you make in the game itself, playing some fun minigames, and then playing the Pokemon games on the big screen, which is really the only Game Boy games you can do that on for the N64. And plus, the model's looking so good, this game really holds up to date. Makes it one of my favorite games of all time, hence the 6th spot. Now, before we go on to the top 5, I really want to quickly do my honorable mentions here. So let's do that. And here are my honorable mentions for games. I have a lot more, like Texas Chainsaw, for example. That game, by far, is a game that I've put so many more hours into than I thought I would have, because it's only been out for a month. And Dying Light 2 are two of them that are digital only that I have, so I didn't actually, get a picture of them up here. But the ones for that I do that I have hard copies are is Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Super Mario Galaxy, Fallout New Vegas, the first Red Dead Redemption, Bioshock, the first one, The Witcher 3, Fallout 4, DayZ, the Plants vs. Zombies DS version, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Switch, Pokemon Coliseum for the GameCube, Pokemon Stadium 1, Mario Kart 64, Pokemon Red, and of course, Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS. Why do I have Animal Crossing as a different screenshot? Because I could fit it all into one picture, that's why. So yeah, nothing's higher than the other. I just wanted to, these are my honorable mentions for games that I absolutely love, but I don't think they're in my top 10 favorite games. Now to number 5. I know Pokemon X isn't looked back on as favorably as some other Pokemon games, but to me, it's a top 5. It is 5th. Kind of with that is Alpha Sapphire, but really just the music. I don't like Gen 3 as much. I do like it, but I wouldn't put it in my top 10. But for the music that Alpha Sapphire had, especially when you're traveling on Latios and Latias, that would be, I would kind of put that in here. But for this, it's Pokemon X. Again, I know it's a really easy game. Like all the gym leaders have 3 Pokemon and whatnot, and the champions, the Elite Four don't Mega Evolve. I believe in some of the gym leaders don't Mega Evolve, like none of them. I know it's a really easy game. That's not the point. My point was for nostalgia reasons. I played this game a ton, and I loved the game. Some like the new Mega gimmick was awesome. Some of my favorite Pokemon got Megas, like Charizard, Heracross, and Gengar. And overall, again, I probably wouldn't have placed it there now if I played it now because of nostalgia and how much I played this game back then. And even now, like I said, if I'd go back and play it, it wouldn't be the same. It's kind of like, as you get older, games change for you in your opinion. I still absolutely loved this game as a kid, and that's why it gets my top 5. Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64. Was a great game when I played it for the first time, one of the only RPGs on the Nintendo 64, and you can get so much time out of it. It is such a fun game, and I highly suggest you play it if you have the chance. It is just a really good RPG game. I'm not gonna lie, it's funny because I know I put Paper Mario Thousand Year Door in my honorable mentions. I actually forgot to put Paper Mario Sticker Star. I know that one is really highly debatable, but I really enjoyed that one. But this is Paper Mario 64. What does it do? Well, it's the first of its kind, the first of the Paper Mario series, with all your companions that you have and the mini side quests and stuff that you can get. The kind of goal with Peach, fighting Bowser, who's like an impossible villain and whatnot. All the stars, the different levels and the mechanics and the puzzles and stuff you have to do makes it for a really good RPG game. And yes, it just misses out on my top 3, but that's because my top 3 for me are like unbeatable. Red Dead Redemption 2, the greatest story game I've ever played. The clips I'm showing you now are me actually replaying the game from an upcoming challenge. That'll be in 2 parts, and the first part's actually almost done. Little trinket there. But it comes in at my number 3 spot, my top 3. I love this game. I played it for the first time in 2019. And, man, I played the story before the online, and I played the entire story. And then I played it again to get all the side quests and stuff after I loved this game. I lived and breathed this game for a couple months there. This was such a good story game. Westerns are so cool. The drama, the action, the sadness, the upbeat feeling at the start towards the redemption from Arthur, and then the epilogue where you get revenge. It all is amazing. It's great. It's good fun. It's a long story game with multiple chapters, multiple decisions that can kind of change how Arthur plays and whatnot, multiple endings. It is, even now, it looks like one of the, like a really good game. It looks like one of the better games that's come out, and it's a 2018 game. It's over 5 years old, and it looks better than games that have come out even now. So yeah, I don't know what to say more, but Red Dead Redemption 2, for me, is in my top 3, and is by far, to me, the best story game I've ever played. For my second to the top spot, we have Pokemon Gold, the original. Well, why Pokemon Gold when there's so many other games that have so much more? Well, like I said earlier, sometimes less is more. I like Pokemon Gold because it's simple but still challenging. For example, this is just a quick thing, but for how it has less but still more, there's 2 Dragon-type Pokemon, Dragonite and Kingdra. There's 3 Dragon-type moves that do Dragon-type damage, Dragon Breath, Twister, and of course Outrage, and that's it. Or Ghost types, you have Gengar and Misdreavus with Shadow Ball, Lick, and Nightmare. Like, you see the thing? It's less, but it's like you know that they're good, strong moves with a good Pokemon. Or Bug type, you have Heracross, Scyther, Pinsir for your really, really powerful ones. And again, it's less, but it's very simple to see that with that less Pokemon, you can still make a good team out of it and use the less Pokemon that you have, because again, there's 251 in the game to still make a really good team that's balanced overall. They added in items, they added in friendship, they added in a bunch of cool Pokemon like Crobat, Girafarig, Tyranitar, Houndoom, Blissey, Miltank. I know people don't like Miltank, I don't either, but that boss, it's something. And again, Pokemon Gold is a long game too, because once you beat the game, like the Elite Four, you go and you do all of that again in Kanto, and then you battle the Elite Four again, and then you battle Red, the final boss. It is a great, fantastic game. I love Pokemon Gold. I think it's absolutely amazing. And again, the thing is, sometimes less is more is completely true for this game, because there's a lot less stuff than on modern games. There's no abilities. There's certain types are only special, certain types are only physical. But to me, that does not matter. It is amazing. So for my number 1 spot, we have 2 games. Why 2 games when it's supposed to be a top 10 games? Because it's my list, okay? And I'm allowed to have a tied game for first, you know? So starting off, we have Minecraft. I mean, the greatest sandbox game ever created. I'm still going to be playing this for years on end. I'm in that Minecraft phase now, you know, when you go back every couple weeks or months to play it for a couple days or weeks. I'm in that phase right now, continuing to have a great time. Minecraft, you know, with its boss fights, it's looking around the world, and it's building that you can build anything you want, like in the trailer. Build anything you want, rain or shine, day or night. It is a phenomenal game. It will always be my number 1 spot, considering I've played it for years. The nostalgia I have, and the nostalgia I'm still getting. But it's tied with Super Mario Galaxy 2. Yes, I had the first one as an honorable mention, but the second one, in my opinion, expands on the first one and adds more, like more power-ups. It adds Yoshi, the level, some old galaxies, and some new ones that are absolutely amazing. It is a great time. It is a great blast. Of course, the final boss battle, not everybody likes it, and that's fine, to each their own. I think it's okay, and it looks absolutely cool in the Vortex fighting Bowser and whatnot. But, as I said, Super Mario Galaxy 2, I've gone back and played it, and I recreated that nostalgia when I played it for the first time, because it has a 2-player mode, a very strange 2-player mode, but that 2-player mode nonetheless. I recreated and replayed the game, and I absolutely fell in love all over again. It is by far tied with being my favorite game of all time, my number 1. I hope you guys did enjoy, though, my top 10 games. Let me know if you have a top 10 games list, and, you know, put them down in the comments below. Let me know what you think of my own top 10 games and my honorable mentions. But I hope you guys did enjoy nonetheless. Maybe leave a like, maybe leave a nice comment down below, maybe hit that subscribe button, retain that little bell, and I'll see you guys next time for another ranking video. Bye, guys.